Welcome to Colombia! Today I'm going to talk about the coolest extreme sports that you can perform here in Colombia. Welcome, wonderful people all over the world. My name is Frank, I'm Swiss and I came to Colombia in 2015. And today I run a travel agency here in Bogota. Today I'm going to talk about the coolest extreme sports you can perform in different regions here in Colombia. Motorbike tours, kitesurfing, mountain biking, river rafting, kayaking, paragliding, climbing, diving, surfing, bungee jumping, spelunking, speleology, potholing, ziplining, canopying, skydiving, survival training, jungle tours, 4x4 off-road tours. Thank you for watching and bye-bye. No. So this is the overview of all the stuff I'm going to discuss. And before we are going to start, don't forget to hit the like button until it falls off. And also don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, because this is very good for the algorithm and I love when my videos perform very good. So let's start with motorcycle tours in Colombia. As you will learn, in Colombia, motorcycles are very important for the local population to get from point A to point B, and in some areas you even think you are in India because there are hundreds, when not thousands, of motorbikes. I personally drove motorbike for over 20 years back in Switzerland, and I avoid driving here in Colombia because it's just too dangerous to me. I had 2 accidents so far where I had a frontal crash with motorbikes coming from the other direction because they didn't respect their line. They were actually on my side, and I love my life, so I don't want to have any accidents. But especially in warmer regions, a motorbike is a very good kind of transportation. And there is actually a company in Santa Marta, and they're organizing trips on the coast, and you can go up to the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. But be careful, don't rent a scooter, because after Minca during rain season, it's mud, deep mud. Yeah, scooter doesn't work here. You're going to push your motorbike or your scooter. So if you want to go up to Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, you need a motorbike which has a little power because you go up to 3,000–4,000 meters maybe, and you also need some ground clearance. Then also you can drive with your motorbike with those organized tours until Punta Gallinas, and all over Colombia you can rent motorbikes, and there are also some companies in Bogota and Medellin where you can rent big motorbikes like the BMW 1100, yes, stuff like that. I'm sure for hardcore bikers, Colombia is a great country to drive around with the motorbikes, especially when you're in warmer regions. Something to say, if you rent a motorbike, don't drive to Punta Gallinas in La Guajira by yourself. People got lost there. They just vanished. Kitesurfing in Colombia. I learned kitesurfing actually on Aruba when I went there with my dad, and after a couple of days, my hands, like the skin was almost falling off. And then I tried to kitesurf, just 2–3 days. And then a couple of weeks later, I went to La Guajira, Cabo de la Vela, and I kited for 2 weeks. It's a great spot. So Cabo de la Vela, it's perfect wind conditions. You have offshore wind, it's very shallow water, there's no electricity, it's very simple but also very cheap. It's a great area, it's desert, and great for kitesurfing. Now you can find like 4 or 5 different schools. And you see like the little kids, 5-year-olds, flying high. It's incredible. It's really great. And there's a second location here in Colombia, Lago Calima, and somebody told me they have over 300 wind days, and this is in Valle de Cauca, like 1 hour, 90 minutes from Cali. And this is a great destination because it's a lake, it's very well situated, it's close to Cali, very close to the Pacific coast, and if you don't want to kite surf or you go with somebody who don't wants to kite surf, there's so much stuff you can do in that region and it's beautiful. Mountain biking in Colombia. What should I say? We have 3 Andean mountain chains, we have other mountains, and mountain biking you can all over the Colombia actually, but the most difficult part I would say is to find quality bike rentals, and also to make sure that your bikes are not getting stolen. What I didn't see so far are too many downhill trails. I'm currently in discussion with some guys in some projects, but I think this is to come. There's a great spot. It's the department of Caldas, the city of Manizales. You can go up to the mountain, which is actually a volcano, and then you can descend like 2,000 meters. So this is really great. Mountain biking in Colombia, it's a no-brainer. By the way, you find also all this information online on our website. Just look for the coolest extreme sports in Colombia on my website of my travel agency, Pelecanus, and there you will find this blog and much more very useful information about Colombia. River rafting in Colombia, I have to read that. We have countless bodies of water, of course, 20 lagoons and lakes, 10 reservoirs, and at least 50 rivers. There's actually a department which is the paradise for river rafting and kayaking. It's a department of Santander. Maybe you heard about San Gil. They have different rivers with also different difficulty levels. You have the river Suarez, Chicamocha, and Fonse. And the difficulty level goes up to 5. I think 5 is the one which is still okay, and then any further is very dangerous. So up to 5 in San Gil in the department of Santander. And there's more. I have a list. Cauca River near Santa Fe de Antioquia, that's close to Medellin. Then we have Calderas River, Guatapé, Rio Negro, close to Bogota, probably cold. River Rio Verde and Rio Semana, also close to Medellin. We have River Baez, Baikol Tolima, Magdalena River, San Agustin, River Rio Guajar, Jorge and River Meta, and River Rio Juanambu, Pasto Nariño. I've been there recently, last year. Yeah, and I guess there is more, but I didn't find that online. Then also paragliding is more popular here in Colombia. You can do it in Armenia, Bogota, Bucaramanga, Buena Vista, and Cali, Chicamocha, El Peñol, Medellin, Pasto, San Felix, and San Gil. And I remember when I was in Buena Vista, this is in Quindío, I drove all the way up to that viewpoint, and this is also the starting and landing point of the paragliders. And one guy came landing and was very unhappy that I parked my car over there, and yeah, this is what happens. But I have a nice picture of my car, and behind the car, the whole coffee triangle. Looks very beautiful though. Climbing in Colombia, also, of course, with all the mountains, you can, it's a big list, I'm not going to read everything of this. Diving in Colombia. Diving is great. There are several spots. You can decide either from Pacific or Atlantic. So let's start in the Pacific. There are actually 2 important islands. That's Gorgona Island and Malpelo Island. If you want to go to Malpelo, it takes you about 40 hours by boat, but you will see hammerhead sharks, like many of them, hundreds, they reported. Gogono Island is also very interesting for diving, I heard. And you can also dive from Bayo Solano, you can Inuki, I don't know. So those are the 3 destinations for diving in the Pacific. And Caribbean, there are many places. Around Cartagena are different spots. You can also run Santa Marta, so Taganga. Many young foreigners, backpackers, they do their certificate in Taganga. And also San Andres and Providencia, which I heard are beautiful for diving, especially Providencia. And also not so popular yet, Capurcana in Sapsuro. So also for diving with 2 oceans, Colombia is just very, very good. Surfing in Colombia, you probably won't get 20 meter or 60 feet high waves here in Colombia on either the Pacific or the Atlantic, like in Hawaii, but you have some spots like Nuki, which I heard you have quite good waves, and also Buenaventura, Bayo Salano, and in some spots on the Caribbean coast. But it's nothing like super exciting, but I know some people who do surfing in the Pacific, and the Pacific coast, it's really beautiful. Then we go to bungee jumping in Colombia. So this is not a too long list. I found 3 bungee jumping destinations. One is in San Gil, and the other one in Medellin, and one in Boyacá. So San Gil, we have 70 meters or 230 feet. Then in Medellin, there's one 80 meters, 260 feet. And in Samaca, there's one 40 meters, 130 feet. Then we have SPELEOLOGY. Funny word. Well, I haven't been to any caves, just to the Salt Cathedral in Zipaquira, but also here I have a list in my blog. So if you're interested to discover some holes in the earth, some caves, whatever, you should check the blog. Then also CANOPY ziplining in Colombia. I have just a few. There are more around, but difficult to find them online. And there's a little one in Zipaquira when you visit the Salt Cathedral, but it's really short. It's not like huge. There's a cool one in Chicamocha when you're at the park. Then you have one La Queja and Abejoral in Tobia in San Gil. In San Gil you see that there's everything. And you have one in Diuma Park. Then also skydiving. Who wants to jump out of an airplane here in Colombia? I did skydiving in Canada, in BC, and I almost died because my instructor was very inexperienced and we had wire all around our bodies, and yeah, not a very nice story, but I survived, otherwise I wouldn't be here. So for the ones who want to do it, there is one in Barranquilla on the Caribbean coast. There's one near Girardot, this is like 2 hours from Bogota, and one in Cali where we can do it. Then survival training, jungle tours in Colombia. 30% of the Colombian territory is jungle. So there are many options. You can live with indigenous, you can hunt with indigenous, you can do all kind of adventure tourism in the jungles of Colombia. Off-road tours, 4x4. I have a great off-roader myself, and I did some off-roading while I was visiting all those sites in Colombia. There are companies that rent off-road vehicles from little buggy cars to like real off-road cars. Colombia is a great destination for off-roading trips because you have all kind of habitats and you have enough rain. So there are many regions where you need off-road, otherwise you wouldn't get anywhere. So yeah, off-roading is sure something you can do. This is it, the coolest extreme sports you can do in Colombia, and where you can do that. check my blog on the website. I hope you enjoyed that. If you need more information, you find them down in the description section. If you have questions, write them down in the comments. I try to reply to everybody. Don't forget to hit the like, and I hope to see you soon here back on my channel, or even better, come to Colombia and visit me and my fellow Colombians. I wish you all the best from Bogota. Yours, Colombiafrank. Bye bye.